Welcome back, everybody. This was just a short break on ZSR, and we are back with another hype thing. The Windbreaker HD, the DoomZoom tournament, the 80% no manual superstream pause storage tournament 2021 on ZSR, and we are here for the end, for the grand finals. After a short two-week tournament with 10 entrances, we're here now with Cithiel going up against Sabxander, and you all want to see it, I'm sure, so let's switch over and let's give it to our commentary trio, to Nacho, Video Freak, and Mr. Alberto, the host of the tournament themselves. Take it away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finals of DoomZoom. As Tresco said, it is Cithiel versus Sabxander. Cithiel, who is doing an interesting, different route, doing his bomb skip route, which is a faster route than all the other runners, and paying off with it. Sabxander just eliminated Nacho, pulling off an upset and making it to grand finals. Sabxander very rapidly improving this game. Really excited for this match. Introduce the other commentators. Hello, guys.
Hello, hi. Well, I'm Nacho. I was the one just running just before. It's been a long time, guys, seeing you. But definitely, I mean, I'm really hyped to see this race right here. Both of them, great runners. Sabxander has been playing amazing today, so I'm really hyped to see this.
Watching all these races as these tournaments have been going through, and we've seen some really incredible races, some really close matches. The last match that we just finished up here was neck and neck all the way up to the very end here. So I'm extremely excited to see how this race goes. I honestly have no idea who's going to come out on top of this, so I'm very excited.
To start in 5 seconds. All right, in 2, 1, and we are off for the grand finals. The winner of this match will take the entire tournament. There is no prize pool, only pride along the line. But this one, really, this is our first ever tournament. We're really just experimenting.
So, I do want to talk a little bit about the category in case there are some new viewers here for the finals. This category is any percent, no manual super swim, no pause storage. Both of those tricks are currently not allowed in this particular race, but every other trick is fair game. So, this means that they will not be doing the manual super swim at the very beginning to get to Dragon Roost Island. That's the trick that you see in unrestricted runs where they pause and go back and forth in the water over and over again. And they will also not be doing pause storage, which allows them to save and quit out of cutscenes.
Right, exactly. And even if we have to play normally all the way up to Dragon Roost, there's still a lot of movement optimization that goes into playing those first 30 to 40 minutes of the game. So it's pretty good to see how much, how many strats or the optimal strats will the runners go for in order to save that little bit of time over each other.
What we generally expect to see is for both runners to be very close to each other at the beginning, and as Nacho mentioned, only small time saves at the beginning. Here's one small time save you may notice. Sabxander is actually already pulling ahead during the cutscene, and that's just because he's using the Italian language. You really just save about a half second over Cithiel just from the language alone. Sabxander, running on a PAL Wii U, running the Italian version of the game, which is region locked. And while Cithiel, he has a North American Wii U, he does not have access to the Italian language, which is a few seconds faster than Spanish, which he will be running on, which is the second fastest language.
I've got to say, it's very interesting to see a direct comparison side by side of Spanish and Italian, so you can see just how much time difference is between the two.
Oh yeah, there's a good bit in this category. It's a good meaty, maybe 15 to 20 seconds, and we might also see a good a difference between the two as well in Forsaken Fortress. There's a cycle that you can make, and I'm not sure if it's possible to make in Spanish. I don't know if you've made it before, Nacho.
It is actually possible, but you need to get the rock jump straight away. But it's really tight.
Okay, so then luckily that's possible in Spanish, or else that would be a really big difference between the two languages.
Yeah, definitely.
So
No,
it's probably about
it is
20
definitely
seconds.
possible.
Probably like 20 seconds over the course of the run. But yeah, Sabxander pulling ahead, a good bit because of Italian. Also, Cithiel had a little bit of trouble rolling to Grandma. But yeah, both runners will be save warping and going back to the start of Outset. And it looks like both runners got a fast save. You can make your very first save of the game faster if you delete a save file and start in place of it. And both runners seemed like they did that before starting the run.
So coming up here is actually a little bit of RNG. Errol up here is waving to some birds or to some seagulls, and if you catch her mid-wave, it does lose just a little bit of time. So both of them got really good Errol RNG, so that's very good for them.
Saving the second or two.
Right, and coming up right here with the telescope, we're gonna have a little tiny skip where if you use gyro, actually, you are able to like basically look all the way up really quickly and basically skip one of the test spots for aerial. Where actually Alberto was mentioning earlier, she's like just about to say it, and it's like, nope. So I'm just gonna watch the bird.
You shut it, Errol.
The one thing you'll also notice too between Sab and Cithiel, Sabxander opted to use gyro or motion controls to quickly flick up the telescope to see the helm rocking, whereas Cithiel opted to use the control stick. It is slightly faster to use gyro, so Sab pulls just a little bit more ahead with that maneuver.
Yep. And that's an HD only thing, so you often see GameCube runners come over to the HD version and just not realize that you can do that. It's HD only. Kind of like keep an old muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are massive differences between HD and SD. So they pretty much act like two very different speed games. So right now, the runners are heading to Orca, where they can get a little bit more time save as well. During the little combat tutorial that Orca gives you, he really only cares about the first 2 slashes of your sword. So this allows you to do the first 2 slashes the way that he wants to, either a horizontal, vertical, or thrust. And you can do the first 2 slashes as he wants, and then the last 2, if you hold back, and then the 4th slash hold forward, you do a quicker sequence that allows you to progress just a little bit faster.
And we get getting a roll right there at the beginning.
Yeah, pressing R by accident, I guess?
So you can tell if they got the quick sequence if you see Link do a spin attack as his final move.
Oh, Sabxander, I guess he did the wrong slash.
Yeah, getting Orca up against the wall tends to behave a little strangely as well. So there is a way for you to instantly get a parry on this second parry attack here, which looks like Sabxander got. It either requires a close jump attack or a pretty much a frame perfect parry. I don't believe it's frame perfect, I think it's 3 frames actually.
Right. No, and Cithiel over there getting a little bit too hesitant with the parry, goes for a jump slash actually instead, and that causes him to lose a little bit more time. But they all get the sword right away. So still pretty close nonetheless.
Sabxander pulling ahead a little bit. Save warping from Orca to go back to Outset, which is faster than leaving normally.
Yes. So one thing to mention as they are going up to the Forest of Fairies here on top of Outset, we have a rupee route that is important for this game. We need 80 rupees in order to buy the sail from Windfall Island. So they're going to try and exit the Forest of Fairies here with at least 25 rupees. There's a red rupee that they can get, as well as RNG based on grass and however many rupees spawn with grass cutting.
Yep. Both runners will be getting a red rupee in the Forest of Fairies. And they can also spin attack grass to get a couple greens. There's a really good spot before the log that runners like to go for to get a few extra rupees. We'll see if Sabxander or Cithiel goes for it. And then we're going to side up into this cutscene with the Bokoblin to make him run towards you so that you can then go to the log without him attacking you.
Ooh, it's just a couple of rupees right
Only
there.
2 rupees from Sabxander. That's not typical. You usually get more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Cithiel not even going
opting
for them.
not for that.
Okay.
Very nice fight from Sabxander.
Getting a lot of rupees at the end.
Oh, and good rupees too. 28 rupees. So both runners having perfect fights in Forest of Fairies and getting a lot of rupees. Runners are going to be making good usage of this technique called the Jump Slash Quick Spin, which the regular Jump Slash gives 2 damage. The Quick Spin deals 2 damage compared to a regular slash. But in the HD version, they buff the spin that you can do, where if you Jump Slash and then buffer spinning the stick, Link will instantly perform a spin when he reaches the ground. And that actually deals 4 damage in the HD version of the game. They buffed it. And so you can drop enemies very quickly. Basically, the Bokoblins require 5 damage, these specific ones. So both runners decided to double hit them with the sword and then do a quick jump slash quick spin, which you can actually get faster if you side hop and then jump slash, because then you hit the ground faster. And then if that hits both of them, they're instantly dead. And both runners did a very good job with that fight.
It does look like, though, Cithiel unfortunately did miss that very last green rupee, so they're coming out of Forest of Fairies with 24. That should still be okay. There are a few backup green rupees in Forsaken Fortress, but that does put them slightly behind on the rupee route.
Oh no, Arrow getting captured.
No! We're getting to see this twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now this is what just of the last couple of cutscenes we need to watch before leaving Outset. We just need to watch this requirement and get the shield, and then we'll be getting out to the pirate ship to get the Forsaken Fortress.
Yep. No glitches here. Won't be seeing any glitches for the first 40 minutes of the run, so enjoy this lovely glitchless movement.
Yep.
I mean, that depends. If someone goes for the Cithiel on the door on Forsaken Fortress.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we might see something.
I saw you doing that, Nacho. I'm like, oh my god.
But I got like stuck. Like that never happened. So I ended up like losing time over it. Oh yeah. But it's really funny just to see Link's Cithiel just keeps walking against the door and just loading to him.
Yeah.
I'm glad I caught that out of the corner of my eye.
Okay, but yeah, now right now going to Grandma's, gotta get the shield and let her know the bad news.
Hi, Grandma. My sister got kidnapped. I gotta go save her. Okay, bye.
We are back in an hour and 15 minutes.
So due to this category not allowing pause storage, we do need to watch this next cutscene of leaving Outset Island. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because this cutscene's very interesting due to a little bit of laziness on the developer's end.
Yeah, definitely. I think they missed something on the cutscene, right? Like they missed like rewatching a couple of times to see if there was everything okay.
I think they did rewatch it one time.
Yeah.
Let's just say whoever rewatched it probably doesn't have 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
Possibly. But in this cutscene that's getting ready to start here, it's a bit of a touching scene, the town waving off Link and saying goodbye to Grandma. But there's a lot of weirdness to this cutscene. The first thing is that after this crowd stops waving, or after this crowd waves in this little bit here that's being shown on Sab's screen, they completely freeze after this point, so they will no longer move whenever you see them on the beach. And then above them, there is a leftover model of Link and Tetra that's just hanging out a little bit above the crowd. It's only seen on the very last pan to Outset Island, so I'll point it out when we get to it. but it's a little silly.
Definitely it is. Yeah, just up a little bit to the left of the outset people.
It's like they've already stopped waving.
Yep.
Guess their animation cycle of waving is over.
Yep.
Their job here is done.
They're not gonna look at them. It's fine.
It's all anyone's gonna notice that people stopped waving and don't care anymore about Link leaving. Like, well,
And here it is.
oh, there they are.
There you go. You're just right next to the left tree.
Nobody,
Right.
no, they didn't think anybody would notice, but we did.
Yep,
We
if you
did.
missed it, it's on Cithiel screen right now. Just the little guys right above the crowd of people on the beach.
It is kind of hard to see with the feed being kind of small.
Mm.
So you gotta look really closely.
Yeah.
Ready, so both runners coming up on Rope Game 1. It's kind of ironic that this ends up being harder than Rope Game 2. But it's pretty annoying. The runners have to swing from these ropes to these different platforms, and while the first two tend to be pretty consistent, the last two kind of tricky. The ropes can kind of send you in random directions, and the rope sends you in a bad direction. You can miss and fall down and have to climb all the way back up. So we'll have to see how it goes for these runners.
Yeah, and if you fall, also you get a text from Nico just saying like, "Hey, buddy, that's not how you do that. You need to try again."
You
Just
moron. Alright, Sabxander will be starting first. Let's see how it goes for him.
Ooh, really quickly doing so.
Very nice from Sabxander. Taking care to swing a little bit longer on those last two ropes seems to make them a
Yeah.
little more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the amount of times I've fallen because that last rope put me in a place I didn't expect is
Right.
little too high.
Very nice from both runners. Both runners having no issues with rope game.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like both runners going to be getting pretty decent spoils back time. Sabxander with the juicy sub 15 spoils. Very nice from Sabxander.
Yeah, that was like a 1450.
Mm-hmm. Really, really clean early game for Sap right now. And Cithiel as well, not really too far behind, honestly.
Yeah, Cithiel unfortunately had some issue with Orca that cost him a good bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Sabxander going for a side hop into this cutscene. This cutscene will stop your momentum if you are on the ground. But if you're midair, you keep your momentum until you land to the ground. So this cutscene, you can side hop through it to gain a little bit extra distance. And Cithiel going for a roll. There's at the very beginning of this area, there's this light cycle that starts, and both runners are going to be trying to beat it.
Yeah, I only seen people go for that side hop until very lately, honestly. I was honestly not aware that was possible until I see you do it, Alberto.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
that is
especially
definitely pretty good.
important in this category. It actually doesn't matter in categories that have to wait for the lights anyway, but especially in this category, it does actually matter because the runners have a very tight light cycle they're going to try to make where they have to grab both red rupees before one of the lights shines on it. And so if you are quick enough, you can make it. So actually, this is the only category where that even matters. It's probably why runners didn't really go for it anyway.
Right.
It's one of those very subtle differences between any percent and no manual super swim. It really is crazy how much you have to keep in mind that's different between having the manual super swim and not having that. Just shows how much that one trick can change.
Oh, yeah. So, very shortly after this cutscene, when Link splats on the wall, because apparently Tetra sucks at aiming, we're going to be splashing down in the water, and then at the end of the cutscene, Sabxander's actually going to be heading to the left instead of to the right. So as a casual, you're supposed to pick up this Gossip Stone trigger, where you first talk to Tetra, and she says, "I stowed this away in your bag, actually, while you were unconscious, I guess." So...
I'm not sure when that happens.
Not sure when she did that. I guess he didn't notice. But yeah, I'm assuming they knocked him out and then put him in the barrel. But this is a child's game, so they didn't show that.
Yeah.
But instead, he's going to be skipping that Gossip Stone text by jumping to the rocks. If he gets it first try, he has a chance at the early light cycle. Let's see if he gets it.
Let's see.
Oh, bonking.
Ooh, bonk.
That's going to cost him. He definitely cannot make it at this point. Oh, and definitely not
Ooh,
after
be careful.
Ooh.
Almost jumped
that was
off, so
scary.
you have to wait anyway for the lights. That is actually not a time loss. But yeah, having to wait for the lights, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cithiel going for it as well, and missing it as
Ooh.
well, so both runners will not be getting the early light cycle. Cithiel
that's
having some
actually awesome.
issue. But yeah, this won't actually lose time if he has to wait anyway, but he's missing it quite a bit.
There we go.
Getting the roll clip that last
for
one.
that, yeah.
It's a lot easier with the roll clip. You can just kind of
Yeah.
climb up a little out of bounds. Oh, but gotta get the reds. What is he waiting for? Cithiel going for
my.
a much later cycle.
Oh, he's
Sabxander pulling ahead a good bit. I think Cithiel should have gotten those reds while he had the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. I
Sabxander-
mean, because he failed the rock hop, I think that kind of messed up like his awareness of where the lights would have been. So that was kind of tricky.
Sabxander
Having some rough
taking out the first
Bokoblin
Goblin.
RNG. This
Yeah,
Bob,
he has to take him out.
he never really likes to behave either. Oftentimes,
Yeah.
he will just hop up to you and never hit you, or be just far away enough where it hits you but not the pot. Or
Yep.
he chases you and then immediately thinks that you're not worth it and turns around.
He's around, yeah, just because gets back to his work.
A child! Ah, that's fine.
Cithiel leading him to the pot. Very nice. Actually moving out of the way so he doesn't get hit, but he's like, come back here, mister.
There we go.
The moblins in this game are very generous. You don't need to do anything with a barrel. You can literally just roll right past them, and they can't do anything about it. It's not that way in standard or in the GameCube version, but it's a fun little quirk about HD.
Still need to be careful though, especially with this last moblin that Sap's gonna be running against Ho. So it's really gonna be really tight, especially since he bonked right here. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, he's definitely gonna have to be very careful here. Gotta hug that wall. He can still make it past him.
Ooh,
Okay, that was a
really
little
close.
tight, but he made it.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, that was
little
like
scary.
I think like frames away, dude, from getting caught out.
Yeah.
Like, actually,
It looked like he was about to catch him, and then he very, very, very narrowly made it out of his sight line. Sabxander is spamming the analog stick to try to basically, whenever Link gains a little bit of speed in his Cithiel animation, you can kind of like spam the stick to keep that speed a little bit longer, and it saves a few frames on the Cithiling. Kind of difficult to do optimally, though. Even for TAS, it's difficult to TAS.
you
So
see Cithiel
Cithiel
right
did
there.
get-
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Nacho.
I just wanted to say that Cithiel doesn't even get noticed by the last moblin. He just rolls past it right away.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
actually
RNG. Yeah. But, I mean, Sabxander took a very long time, so even with good RNG, there was no way Sabxander was going to make it in time. He was going to be spotted, but you could still roll away even if you're spotted, so luckily, either way, it doesn't really matter, or else it would be really unfortunate if you had to just roll straight past them. But the GameCube version gets around that by using a barrel and then taking it off at a certain amount of time, but don't even need to do that in HD because we can just roll straight past them.
Sabxander
21 at
entering a very nice cutscene here. It is the first bathroom break of the run, honestly, as it is a very long cutscene with zero text mashing.
Yeah, it's pretty generous, like 1.5, like 2 minutes, something like that. Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah, Sabxander, earlier in his race against Nacho, he came out of FF1 with a sub 21 and was just on blistering pace, slowing down a little bit for this race, but he still has a pretty decent lead. It's just Sabxander flexing with his early game.
I know, right? He's been pretty clean with his early game today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the early cycle being not making the early light cycle being a good time loss because of his failed Gossip Stone text trick skip. If you mess up even once, you can't make the early cycle. So that lost him a good 15 seconds, but otherwise pretty decent.
So this is where the rupee route is getting ready to come to a close here. They need 80 rupees. to buy the sail from Zanari, and I believe both of them have at least 65 rupees, which is the minimum of what you want coming into Windfall. But what they can do is that they can spin attack a patch of grass here and see if they can get lucky with an extra 5 or so rupees. If you get 70 rupees by the time you free Tingle, or by the time you start to go on the way to free Tingle, it does save a bit of time because you don't have to backtrack for any pots or go for any other pots. You could just go for one blue rupee pot and then go straight for the other blue rupee pot, and you'll have plenty of money to be able to buy the sail. But there's quite a bit of text before we get there, so...
Yeah, but let's see how, if they go for flower RNG, let's see how generous the flowers are for them.
Cithiel back at their little game in the top left here.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to tell if he's winning or not.
Yeah.
The
Or
pet
we're
game.
happening. Yeah, I'm just like so mesmerized by it at this point. All right. Anyway, so right now, Sab getting into Windfall.
71 rupees. They don't even need to go for the flowers.
Yeah, actually, he can just go for the pot and the second pot on the way to Zenari, and that's it.
When did they get so many rupees? Oh, they're still going for RG rupees.
Ooh,
79.
One
They need...
more.
Oh,
That is a lot of rupees. 9 rupees from the flowers. All right, he's set on rupees.
Where did he get all those
Where did
rupees?
he get those? Yeah, I'm just so confused, dude.
That was wild rupee RNG.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
He just got so many out of the flowers. Like, that's just amazing.
It's just gonna
Cithiel coming
save
in
him
with
time
60
too.
cents.
Mm-hmm.
And decent time save.
Let's see. Okay, we got a nice
Okay.
77.
Not getting trolled by 69 like we've seen so many times today.
Yeah.
The game is literally laughing at us when it gives us 69 rupees.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad at all. Cithiel just needs to get one more 5 pot, and that will be it.
Yeah, Cithiel and Sabxander are getting some pretty beefy RNG on those flowers.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, those flowers can either be feast or famine. You can either get so many rupees like Sab did, or you could get like 1, maybe.
So Sabxander's gonna head directly to Zunari because he's got the full 80. Cithiel's gonna have to get 5 more, which there's a pot pretty close in the flowers, in the grass. It's pretty quick to get. So
Definitely, that's pretty good. Might be a sale gold if you get it.
Yeah. That's definitely a gold.
Yeah. Going for the side hop right there into core, nice.
it's a really interesting side up there. Really smart to because the king will talk to you only when you're on the ground. So if you side hop through that through the text trigger, you can get closer to him. Actually, I've never even thought of doing that.
Yeah.
All these little side hop optimizations, those are nice.
It's really cool. It's really cool to see the runners find these like tiny movement optimizations. It's just such a pleasure to see them.
We didn't even see that in the last run. He found that out in the last 30 minutes.
I do think I saw it in the last run.
We
but-
both
did
did
he?
go for it actually. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice.
Yeah. It's still pretty nice. Cithiel opting for the roll there.
So what Sab is doing right now is something called sail pumping. It is when you bring out the sail and put it away over and over again. Whenever you bring out the sail, it does give you a very tiny boost in speed for just that little instant. So you're repeating that boost to speed over and over and over again by doing this. It's not a huge time save, but it does save 2 seconds per quadrant traveled. We're passing through 2 quadrants to go from Windfall to Dragon Roost, so it saves about 4 seconds doing this as opposed to just bringing out the sail and sailing that way. It's also very relaxed. It's super easy to do.
Definitely. It also helps, like keeping an eye on the game while you're doing this, because sometimes some barrels will pop out from the water and you can just bonk on them and you lose like 10 seconds roll, like steaming
they're
all over to the boat
exploding
again.
barrels.
Yeah, out of nowhere. They're RNG, so yeah. It seems like Sab didn't get any of them, sadly.
Yeah, I rarely see them.
Mm-hmm.
You may notice that the text that I don't know if we talked about the text yet.
Not yet, no.
Not yet, no.
Oh yeah, so the text that Sabxander is doing right now is all, what he has to do is he has to hold B and mash A to make it all appear in one frame. There's actually 2 different kinds of text in this game. There's this, which is called quick text, and then there's this text right here. As you can see, the text is scrolling 4 characters per frame. That is the regular text. You want to mash A and B for that. The difference is between holding B and mashing A for quick text, which a few text boxes in this game have quick text, while other text boxes have the regular scrolling text. It seems to be that in general, it's the longer cutscenes. The main cutscenes in the game are the ones that have the scrolling text, I guess, because they don't want you to miss those text boxes. But then talking to a bunch of NPCs outside of cutscenes, those tend to be quick text.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So I'm getting here right here a very low 29 Wind Waker, which is a pretty good time.
Yeah, very nice. Not as fast as his sub 29 against you, but still very respectable.
Definitely. Okay, going right for the rock jump. Ooh, nice. Just barely grabs onto it.
Barely grabbing. That was
Mm.
literally pixels away from missing that.
Nice. Shoutouts to Jerry.
Yeah, with that precise jump, you can skip bombing all the boulders on Dragon Roost, and just this simple jump, pretty easy to do, saves a lot of time.
Definitely.
And it's a glitchless movement, so the glitchless run does it too.
Yeah, it skips this giant bomb and rock puzzle that you have to do with bomb flowers. And there's an interesting property about those rocks too for that puzzle. They can only be destroyed by bomb flowers. So if you get the bomb bag and you get bombs yourself, they're not powerful enough for those rocks for some reason.
Oh man. That's interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Very strange.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's just weird how Nintendo was able to program rocks differently in this game. Some rocks are different. Like, you can't even blow up the one going to Dragoner's Cavern. So you actually have to get the bottle. Or leaf across. Or item slide across. But we don't get the grapple until we've already done Dragoner's Cavern, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say, the item slide across would only be useful for a revisit. If that.
Right.
Is there any way to get, like, the boomerang or the bow before grapple?
There's some really complicated ways to do that stuff, but the answer is yes, but it's very, very convoluted and very not RTA viable.
Okay. Grapple skip.
And there is some really bizarre way you can do leaf early and then use that to go get boomerang. But it's not faster than any percent.
Yeah.
Either way. Sabxander going to go talk to Medley. She wants you to deliver a letter to the chief's brat, Kubali, and if you deliver the letter, she'll go meet you outside in Dragoner's Cavern, and we'll give you a bottle for helping her.
Mm-hmm. Right, we have access right away to the room where we enter DRC, but if we do not talk to Medley and do this quest, then she will not spawn there.
Nope. And as we mentioned, we need that bottle to water the bomb flowers, which are withered, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
The entrance to DRC actually is a little bit interesting as well. The moment you enter in, you're on a timer, and this is where the differences in languages is going to become more apparent. Because Sab is running on Italian, there's going to be some text scrolling with Medley that he'll have to go through, but his text scrolls a lot faster, so he is able to have a much more forgiving amount of time, or he has a lot more time to set up to throw Medley to progress the story, whereas Cithiel, because he is running on Spanish, his cycle is going to be a little bit tighter because the text scrolling is going to be just slightly slower. So Cithiel will have to throw Medley immediately, whereas Sab will actually have a little bit of time to get it set up.
And Sabxander's movement in here really doesn't matter as long as he doesn't make any gigantic errors. He has to wait for the cycle anyway, so it actually doesn't cost him time. However, Cithiel, he needs to be very careful with his movement. He needs to be as quick as possible because no matter how fast his movement is, he'll have to throw a Medley immediately. He can't actually beat the wind cycle, so any mistakes Cithiel makes will cost him time.
Okay, I'm gonna be seeing right here, Sap. Gotta wait for a cycle, and there we go.
Yep, that waiting on Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Cithiel's playing on Spanish, so see how his movement goes.
Yeah, movement matters way more on Spanish here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like pretty good movement from Cithiel to Medley. You want to try to move just barely right at that rock so you don't land on it, so that you can actually get a landing roll and then roll directly to Medley. It's just a few frames faster. Oh, Sabxander missing the water.
That entire process of like rolling to the water, equipping the bottle, and then scooping the water, that is a lot because you have to equip it with the gamepad while rolling and then immediately use the bottle. So that is extremely easy to miss.
Yeah, there's a lot of multitasking. It's really fun though because that's something that
Cithiel missing the Medley throw. Unfortunate, just threw a little too far to the left, or maybe he wasn't far enough on the on the rock as well.
Right.
That's gonna give Sabxander a good lead.
Definitely. And now he has to wait for the wind cycle that we were talking about earlier for it to just get all the way back to where it was.
Very unfortunate.
There we go. He gets it.
Alright, let's see if Sabxander will opt to take the jump slash approach of entering Dragon Roost Cavern here.
Looks he's like going for it.
And he got it.
Very nice from Sabxander, saving the seconds. That saves 3 seconds. A pretty tricky jump. A little risky. If you mess it up, you will fall in the lava and void out and have to go all the way back to the area, which is a good 20-25 seconds.
Right. Yeah, really confident.
Sabxander entering Dragon Roost Cavern.
The Dragon Roost Cavern is massive. It is, it's probably one of the most practiced sections of this speedrun due to all the movement optimizations and all the different strategies that go through with this here. In No Manual Super Swim, you have the sword, so you can do sword strats as opposed to any percent unrestricted where you don't have a sword. Sabxander is using a mixture of both. They use the pot to knock away the stick for the Bokoblin earlier, just because that tends to be a bit more consistent in how that stick goes away. Whereas Cithiel, I believe, Cithiel will be doing the same thing, but Sab will be primarily using sword strats throughout this, whereas Cithiel in the past has used sword-less strats. Cithiel also going for a bomb boost.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
Slightly faster than the jump slash, but a little bit riskier there.
Don't think it's faster than jump slash, but it is flashier.
Definitely.
It is slower because you have to get hit and then stand up.
Okay.
Just a tiny bit, though.
Yeah, not by much, but it is way cooler.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, Cithiel wanted to go for the sword strat actually right here.
What's the estimate time for HD any percent? With the way that these runners have been playing, I would say 120 probably, maybe 125 is
would be a good estimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, missing the throw right there on the stick.
Yeah, these runners want to, Cithiel having some issue. He's going to have to be waiting for the cycle outside already, we already know. Sabxander on decent pace to be making the lava cycle. If he has fast enough movement, he won't have to wait for a cycle in the first outdoor area. He's looking like he still can make it, but it might be a little tight at this point.
It's tight, yeah, for sure. But I definitely think it's possible. Depends on how this room goes. On the stick, nice. Sci-hop. Let's go. Just barely
Nice.
landing on the corner of that switch.
Yeah, aimed a little bit to the right, but still made it. See if he
Do you
makes the
see on
cycle.
Cithiel? Cithiel just barely made that jump. Like he just got burned on his pants, dude. I
Oh,
know.
it looks like Sabxander
It looks like he's gonna
clearly
make
made
it.
the first cycle.
Yup,
So.
making it pretty easily. Very nice from Sabxander. That's gonna give him a good bit of a lead over Cithiel. His lead is getting a little bigger. Cithiel's problems in Dragoner's Cavern coming to punish him.
Right. I like that. Going for the sword setup actually with the sci-hop right there. Just way more consistent. You don't need to rely on the frame perfect, sci-hop. Not sci-hop, but the roll clip. Even though it's a little bit slower, but he gets it right away.
Sabxander rolling off the side of the blocks, which is faster than climbing up normally, because he can get this really quick grab.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see that for all of the blocks. And so far, a pretty nice Dragoner's Cavern from Sabxander. Very clean.
Definitely.
And Cithiel struggling a bit. Sabxander pulling ahead a little bit, but we know that after this dungeon, all that it's probably going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, Sabxander enjoying his early lead.
Definitely. I mean, at the end, every second will count. So as long as he can get as much of a lead he can.
Yep,
will be good
Cithiel's
for
going to
him.
be using a good minute or so faster route, probably even more.
That is true. That is true.
We'll get to that.
Looks
Cithiel's
like
going
Cithiel's
for
going for
the-
the roll clip.
Yeah.
I got it.
Nice.
Ooh.
He gets it. Pulls out the bottle midway
Pulls out
through.
the bottle. I don't know what the point of that
Bottle
was.
strats, let's do it.
You're gonna get to the fight right here with the 3 bokoblins.
Yeah, this room is interesting. There's always a little bit of freeform that goes into it, because these bokoblins and the way that they move is always different.
Accidentally getting he wanted to get a side hop, but it's pretty hard to tell what direction Link is going to face when you do that side hop, so he got a backflip by accident.
Right.
And
He
then
gets
it
them both at
buffers
the
a
end.
spin, which is really annoying, because the
Yeah.
backflip spin does not deal anywhere near as much damage as the jump slash quick spin.
Really? I didn't know that.
But Sabxander getting pushed off by the Magtail, so unfortunate.
That Magtail's giving him a bit of trouble today.
Yeah.
It's not good RNG on Sabxander. Magtail just didn't give him safe passage on the platform. Had to reload the room or else he'd miss the cycle.
But he gets
Right.
it the second time.
Very nice from Sabxander. Delaying his throw so that he can prevent the platform from moving in the center, and then throwing it off-center enough that he can actually make it go so far left that he can jump directly towards the door, which saves a few seconds.
It's like he rolled into that explosion, though, which knocked him a little
Yeah.
bit further behind, so...
It's a little bit too early there.
Cithiel
misses the
targeting the
torch
keys. Those keys are just so annoying sometimes.
throw. Oh, yes.
Right. I think
Fab going into the mini-boss for this region, or for DRC, this is where we'll be getting the grappling hook, and where this game is about to break apart.
right here wants to look for
Oh,
3 slashes and a jump slash quick spin.
another
Seems to get again,
backflip by accident.
Yeah, that miss input right there. Oop, one more. There we go. Alright. And opting for a sword fight right here against the Moblin also. I think it's 4 or 5 hits before the jump slash quick spin.
4.
4.
Very
There,
nice.
nice. Really
Very,
clean.
very clean from Sabxander. Oh, Cithiel getting pushed off. Both runners getting trolled by the Magtail,
It
voiding
is
out.
Michael. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate to see. It rarely happens also. I mean, it's really rare to see actually them pushing you over. But he should be getting it this
Interesting
time.
thing, you actually want to try to go... Ooh, almost getting pushed again.
Almost did it
scary.
again.
It's actually better to go around to the right of the Magtail for whatever reason, instead of the left. And I think Cithiel's having some issue because he's going around to the left of the Magtail, which makes the Magtail more likely to turn around and push you. I don't really know why it is, though.
Interesting.
So Sabxander has achieved the grappling hook, which is extremely broken.
We're gonna see him actually save warp 2 times right here. One to get to the beginning of the dungeon, then get out, and then he will get to the beach of DRI.
Yep, really just going to Dragoneer's Cabin for the grapple, not even to beat the dungeon. And here we go, time for the item sliding glitch. The whole run's about to change.
Yeah, first of all, he's gonna be trying to look up for the fairy islands in order to get the quiver and bombs right here. He's gonna try to clip into them. I think he's gonna be rather going for trick clip. Yes. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Nice. Ooh, going for one buffer only. That was really good.
Wow.
So Sabxander making very good usage of the item sliding glitch, using it first to charge speed on land and then slowly enter into the water. Having enough speed, you only have to charge a good 2 seconds to go all the way across the ocean in one air gauge, going all the way to this to Thorn Ferry, and then using it to do a pretty precise clip where if you have correct item sliding speed, you can actually go underneath the ground and reach this loading zone very early. Use it to get the quiver upgrade, which will be useful for later, because he's going to be getting a bow out of source, or out of order, I should say, which doesn't actually give you arrows. He's going to be getting the light arrow bow, which you're supposed to have gotten the bow in Tower of the Gods, but because we're skipping that, we will have skipped the quiver as well. So this allows him to actually shoot arrows. And he's going to be doing the same thing, but for the bomb back, which is at Eastern Fairy Islands. He's going to be going to a different island, same clip. He's going to be super swimming there. Now, Cithiel is actually going to be skipping that, so he's going directly to Thorn. So he's actually going to actually recover a good bit of time. But it looks like even with that, Sabxander still has the lead.
And this water not really being too generous right here.
Yeah, this Super Swim is very much based on RNG, and with waves like this, it's not really easy to get enough speed.
Yeah, Sabxander just getting trolled by the water. There's literally nothing he can do but just wait. Oh, this looks like better water. There we go. Very unfortunate RNG for Sabxander, but good reaction, just being patient.
Nice.
And it's looking like that's going to allow Cithiel to take the lead if he gets this clip first try.
Oh, he's trying to go for the rock clip right here on bombs. Gotta be careful though.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You don't want to fly off the island if you miss the clip. You gotta very quickly cancel your item slide. Basically, charge speed and then turn it to the left. But it's not the most consistent. Sometimes it's a little tricky.
There we go. Nice.
There we go. Very nice. And I'm not sure who's in the lead at this point.
It'd be Sab.
I'm not sure because he does have to do an island hop.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the island hop can be very tricky.
I think he still has a slight lead over Cithiel, who's struggling with the tree clip. Very good.
Oh, gets it. Nice.
Finally getting it. So Cithiel will be doing the bomb skit route. So this is a bomb upgrade that Sabxander is getting. He's going to be getting a bomb out of source in Ganon's Tower. This is actually not mandatory. You can skip the bombs. However, that makes the final Morph Hover much, much harder without bombs. So Sabxander opting to get it for the sake of consistency, but Cithiel going for the fastest route, which skips bombs. And so he actually will not need to clip into the island to get the bomb back. So that will save him a good bit of time over Sabxander. But it is quite risky because that hover, much harder.
Much harder for sure. See how I go on the island hop right here?
Yep.
Whoop.
Ooh, you just have to charge a little further forward. This is a little finicky for a clip.
There
okay, very good. Still getting it.
Really nice.
So with this clip, you clip at the correct amount of speed to reach Dragoneer's Island in 1 frame.
Right. Shoutouts to Al for finding that out.
Yeah, it's a really cool setup.
Force David first is in the lead.
Ooh, Cithiel just sliding off the pillar as he's trying to charge. It's looking like Sabxander has a small lead right now over Cithiel, even with getting the bomb bag upgrade. So very nice gameplay from Sabxander. Oh, but an unfortunate sploosh. Did he save, though? Did he save on the island?
Ooh, and
it doesn't look... Does he? Wait, I can't tell which island that is.
He did.
Okay, he did. Good.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. It looks like Cithiel did actually save on the island, or else that could have cost him the match. But
good
luckily,
backup
it's
right there
only
to
a
go
good
for that.
30 seconds. That's not a lot of speed, though. He's heading back. Cithiel's struggling with the super swim right now, just not getting enough speed.
Was that really not enough? I think I could have made it though.
I feel
It
like he
could
could
have
have at
made it
least
with
gone to
the
Bomb
SS.
Island.
Yeah.
Okay, with that he's definitely gonna get it though.
This he's gonna make it. Okay, so Sabxander heading into the Forest Haven to get the leaf. He just did perform a clip to get down to the water, which is skip going up top, which is much faster to just swim underneath. You gotta make sure you stay to the right of the waterfall though, but then you can actually clip up to the loading zone because whenever there's water over the top of Link's head, he will swim up to the highest water level.
It does mean you do have to be a little bit careful navigating to that loading zone, because if you pop up in the river, then you get washed out and have to restart.
Yep. That's why you stay as far right as possible until the very end you start swimming to the left.
Yeah, you can kind of see the loading zone above you whenever you first clip, so as long as you aim for that, you're good.
Okay, Sab right here going for the Chew fight already.
Chew Fight does have a bit of RNG with it when it comes to drops, and unfortunately Sab proved my point here.
Getting it by accident. As you just said that.
So, as we saw with Sab, there are chew jellies that get dropped by the chews there. And if you hit the chew jelly, it plays a cutscene that you have to get through. It is a bit of a time loss. The reason why these chew jellies spawn is because of the fact that they have the spoils bag. This is also true for Bokoblins. Whenever they kill a Bokoblin and they drop a joint pendant, they have a possibility of hitting that and playing that cutscene. So, unfortunately, Sab did hit one of them with the sword, which picks it up, but it looks like Cithiel was able to manage those drops and was able to dodge any unwanted chew jellies.
Yeah, technically Puppet and Skip would be the faster route. Puppet and Skip would require bombs. However, Sabxander will not be performing the Puppet and Skip this run because it is not exactly the safest trick to go for in a marathon setting. However, Cithiel's route, because he is skipping bombs, his is faster than Sabxander's. However, Sabxander still in the lead despite the route differences. Sabxander a clear favorite at the moment to win this race. However, we know it's still too early to tell. But even with that, even with Sabxander going to only going to 2 fairy islands over Cithiel going to 1, Sabxander still in the lead.
Definitely, yeah, and saving, like, especially I think one of the things that mattered the most right here was his early game, which was pretty good, and that way he was able to pull ahead and, you know, have, like, that spare time against Cithiel on the Fairy Islands. Yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
As he will be getting the leaf, he's gonna take all the bulbs up. You can actually skip the last bulb with a pretty precise jump. You gotta aim at a pretty precise angle. And you can land on a part of the leaf that's actually not visible. So it looks like he's just gonna land on midair.
It's pretty funny. Like, starting out, you think it's like so scary because there's like no floor where you land actually. But you actually find out that on the long run, it's actually a pretty lenient trick regarding the angle you need to take. You're gonna see right here. Still, the runners are like 30 to 40 seconds apart from each other at this point. Oh, not going for both.
He's not going for it. It's only 4 seconds it saves. I guess he just doesn't feel comfortable.
That's respectable. I mean, he wants to maintain the lead as well.
Yeah,
that's good.
Just doesn't want to risk it.
And
side hopping over the leaf trigger. As you can see, you can just stand on part of the leaf that
yeah.
You can't really see that it's not visible, but it is there. It's actually a square collision.
Looks like Cithiel is going for. Ooh, that was a little close.
Nice. He gets it though. Now we're gonna get one of the hardest swims in the game, dude. It will be Beetle Swim. He gets it. Nice.
Oh, very nice speed from Sabxander. He is blazing through the ocean right now.
Excellent. Really quick setup also. That was really good.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful to not go too quickly into the Forsaken Fortress quadrant, or else you will sploosh.
Ooh, nice clip, dude. This is really clean so far for Sab.
Yeah, whenever super swimming, there are a few islands that you want to make sure you steer clear of, or at least approach at a reasonable amount of speed. Forsaken Fortress is one of those, and if you happen to enter that quadrant too fast, the world will unload the water around you and then reload it, which makes Link fall, which completely neutralizes all speed that you had. So
Exactly.
you got to make sure that you watch your speed going into that quadrant.
And if that were to happen in regular 80%, you usually be able to just do MSS, just pause buffer a little bit and get to the island. But for this one, since it's no MSS, that is completely banned. So you will need to basically save quit and get back to Beetle again.
Cithiel catching up, just faster movement than Sabxander.
Yeah.
He's going to perform the door clip very shortly after. If Sabxander doesn't get this first try, Cithiel will take the lead. Sabxander clipping in place. They're dead even.
You're dead even right now.
Yep. Whoever gets this clip is in first.
Clipping in place again. Any runner can take the lead.
Oh,
Cithiel
Cithiel took
takes
the
the lead with the first try
Excellent.
door clip.
You're right away.
Sabxander right behind him.
Not even look at this. Oh my god, dude.
Dead even. A door clip.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
This is amazing, dude.
This is anybody's race once again. So I believe Sabxander's late game is just slightly faster than Cithiel's, but only slightly in this route.
Slightly. Yeah, he still will need to go for the bomb bag, or well, not for the bomb bag, for the bomb drop that appears on the trial room. But yeah, this is gonna be really, really close. I really like how this race is going so far.
Yeah. Sabxander will be... So, Cithiel and Sabxander will be doing a different late game. Sabxander will be getting the bombs, while Cithiel will not. Sabxander has gotten a bomb bag upgrade so that when he picks up the bomb drop in the Ganon's Tower in the Earth Temple trial, there's this lone stagnant bomb drop that's not supposed to be a bomb drop. It's supposed to be a rupee, but for some reason it stayed a bomb drop. And picking it up actually gives you the bomb item. And so with that bomb bag, now he'll be able to use bombs, or else he'd just have 0. And so Sabxander will be getting that, which will cost him a good 15-20 seconds, but then he'll be able to actually save a lot of that time back, because the zombie hover he'll be doing at the end, the Morth hover, is actually quite a bit faster with bombs. It's a good 30-40 seconds faster, at least. So Sabxander will be able to catch up a good bit from that as well.
Definitely,
Well,
we'll
Cithiel's
see.
route. But yeah,
Yeah, no,
Cithiel, he'll be
go ahead.
skipping bombs, so... Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, for the trial skip as well, that would definitely make a difference. The setup that Cithiel will need to take is actually a little bit tighter and a bit more consumer on the magic as well. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing those differences like far ahead on the end game, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, actually, interestingly enough, both runners optimally will do a roll clip. However, Sabxander can opt out of it by going to the top of the door. From the bottom, you can't do the ledge clip because you're too low if you ledge clip. Ledge clip is 3 frames, while the roll clip is 1 frame. So we've seen Sabxander opt to go to the top of the door just for the sake of consistency so that he can get the ledge clip, which is way easier. But Cithiel, he doesn't have bombs, so he can't even perform the ledge clip.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a little bit too late to get bombs now.
It's a little too late.
Yep.
He can get bombs, but then he can't use them.
FF2 is definitely the gateway into the end game here. So, right after this, we're getting ready to head into Hyrule, where Barrier Skip, Trial Skip, and Ganon's Tower all come into play. So, it's getting ready to get to the end game here.
Yeah, and first coming up right here, we have Helmarok. We were actually not going to fight him. We're just going to go all the way up right here into this ramp, and then we're going to go ahead and clip behind him. He's actually so big that if you get just behind him and climb this ledge and hold down, you just clip. It's just amazing, just the easiest clip ever. So yeah, this way you're easily able to skip Helmarok, going to this, this railing right here and just go all the way up to the cutscene. It's really, really nice.
Perfectly matched.
They're just literally dead even with each other. They're both doing the same movement.
Dude!
Oh my goodness!
This is amazing.
Well, now we get to see this side-by-side comparison between Italian and Spanish in this cutscene.
I
Did
believe
exactly the
some
same
of these
movement.
cutscenes are faster in Italian, but some of them are slower or the same. And I'm not sure about this cutscene. Wait, Cithiel!
Well,
What
Cithiel?
happened to Cithiel?
Text! Cithiel, you gotta master text!
Oh, Cithiel, no! So this cutscene is a little bit fun because it shows a bit of a interesting quality about the cutscenes in this game. When we came into this cutscene, we did not have the Master Sword. But in this cutscene, we very clearly have the Master Sword in our hands. This is just a part of how the cutscene checks to see if the player's inventory matches what they should have at that point in the story. And because the Master Seed is prominently used in this cutscene, the game checks to see if Link has the Master Sword. If he doesn't, the game gives it to him for the cutscene. But when the cutscene ends, you get to keep the Master Sword, and you get to keep that item. So this is the first instance where we get to see gaining an item through a cutscene. There will be one more instance of it later on at the very end of the game.
I just can't believe how close this race is.
Yeah.
Both races today so close. And after this cutscene, we're coming up on the barrier skip. So both runners will be opting out of every single dungeon in the game, and that is only made possible by the barrier skip. So we're supposed to, in a casual playthrough, make 3 trips down to Hyrule, and Nintendo wanted to make sure it was 3 and not just 1. Basically, the first trip down to Hyrule after you get the you're supposed to get the Master Sword after beating Tower of the Gods. And then the second trip is supposed to be this one, where we're supposed to be gated out of doing this because you require the Master Sword to even sail into the Forsaken Fortress Quadrant, even if you could somehow get there, which you can't. What we do with super swimming, but even if you could, you can't damage Phantom Ganon without the Master Sword, which is required to hammer the peg to get into the door. Well, we skipped that by performing the door flip. And you're also supposed to use the Master Sword to defeat Helmrock. So all these are in place to make sure that you don't sequence break and get to Hyrule early. However, we skipped Helmrock, and therefore we can get here without beating any of the first 3 dungeons. However, they also put a barrier in place, which has a ridiculous amount of flags to break. And so this barrier prevents you from actually going to the end of the game after this trip down to Hyrule. And so this barrier is this really big cylinder circling all around Hyrule, and it goes really high up and pretty far down, and it has a knockback area, but we can, for a while we knew how to get past this knockback. All we had to do is pull the Windmaker on the last frame of invulnerability, and that would allow us to stand inside the knockback. However, there's also an invisible wall made up of all these panels. And so for a very long time, we couldn't get past it. And so instead, we'd have to collect the Triforce and come back down to Hyrule. And after collecting the Triforce and fully upgrading the Master Sword, we could break the barrier. But in this category, instead, we're just going to clip right through it. This is the holy grail of the speedrun, allowing us to skip every single dungeon. And so all the runners are going to do is line up a very precise angle that has there's only 16 angles that work, 15 or 16 out of 65,000, so it's very precise. And then they're going to item slide, and the item slide speed is going to allow them to clip through where these 2 panels meet together.
Worth noting that the entrance right here of the Hyrule Castle is actually on the same map where the barrier is at the other side, so you can actually just clip to the other side and get to the barrier.
Yep, the skip's going through the castle.
And there we go, nice clip coming from Sam. Oh, he actually skipped the loading zone.
I don't think he should have pulled Leaf there. I think he would have been at the back of the loading zone. That makes him lose a little bit of time over Cithiel. Cithiel voiding out on the clip by accident, just clipping way too far right and hitting the barrier and falling down.
Okay, nice knockback cancel right there.
Yeah, an additional issue with, Cithiel right behind that loading zone.
Yeah. That's where Sabxander would have been if he hadn't pulled Leaf.
Okay, both of them going for barrier skip right here. Good knockback cancel for Cithiel also.
They're just dead even.
One of the other issues with missing that and hitting the loading zone is that Tetra is with you during barrier skip, which is just slightly annoying to deal with.
Man, these runners are still just so close to each other. Sabxander having a little sloppy movement, allowing Cithiel to catch up a little bit.
Cithiel enters
maybe pulling ahead. Oh, both runners not having enough speed. Cithiel has slight lead. Sabxander will have to go get the bombs. Cithiel is about to perform trial skip a lot earlier because Sabxander will have to get bombs first. Cithiel is going to have to line up an angle, then pull Leaf after side hopping, then Leaf pump, and then grab the ledge partially out of bounds. Then he can climb up and perform a frame 1 roll to clip out of bounds. And it's very tricky, so we'll see if he gets it. Very
Nice.
nice first try. That's so impressive.
That is really big for Cithiel right now.
Very good trial
Sabxander
skip.
will be performing trial skip shortly as well. He had to go get the bombs. Oh,
going for
Sabxander
the-
opting for the roll clip too. Let's see if Sabxander gets it.
He gets it!
Also.
Very
That's
nice!
amazing.
Sabxander saving the seconds. That is the fastest option, but as I mentioned, it is frame perfect because of the roll clip. I'm very impressed. I guess Sabxander thought that time save really matters for him, and
Really
he
did.
needed to go for it.
He got
Very
it. That's
nice.
the fastest trial skip I've ever seen.
It may look like Cithiel's ahead, but Sabxander is actually technically in the lead if he gets a first try Morph Hover, because his Morph Hover is faster than Cithiel's with bombs.
There is a little bit of RNG coming up in this section as well. Phantom Ganon does have different places or different attacks that he can do in the final room and when you have to shoot him with the light arrow. The fastest RNG is if Phantom Ganon spawns on the ground. The second fastest is if he spawns up and holds up a blue ball for Dead Man's Volley. And the slowest is red ball, which is what Cithiel got.
Yeah, unfortunate RNG. We'll have to see what RNG Sabxander gets. If he gets perfect RNG, he's going to save a good amount of time and catch up a bit. Though I do mention it is kind of fake because, as I mentioned, the end of his route is faster than Cithiel's.
Shall we get?
He getting a blue ball that will save a few seconds over Cithiel.
Second best RNG. Also worth noting that Sabxander, upon entering this room, he actually pulled up a bomb, and that skips the animation of Link looking back onto the door closing behind him. So that's also something good about bombs. That saves just about 1 second right here.
Man, I hate to say this, guys, but this is gonna come down to Puppaganon and the hover.
Yeah. He definitely
match
does.
will be decided. Cithiel
Mhm.
is doing flame hover, yes. Cithiel has skipped bombs.
Yeah, this is gonna be hype.
Yeah, this is gonna be super close.
See?
Both races today have just been neck and neck all the way through. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is as close as it can possibly get for a grand finals match.
Definitely.
These runners both have played so well up until this point. Any runner can take this at this point. So both runners will be attempting to hit all these enemies in the spirit staircases with these snipes with light arrows. If you do well, you can actually double hit both the moblins and the dark nuts. So that it only takes one.
You're still having optimal health right here. You usually want to damage down yourself after you fight Puppet Ganon, and usually you will want to enter this fight without just a quarter of a heart.
Yeah. It actually doesn't matter whether it's a quarter or a half heart, because for him, he will be damaging down to a half heart or less, because the morphs that will damage him will deal full half heart rather than a quarter of heart. So it actually doesn't matter whether it's a half or a quarter for Cithiel. He just doesn't want it to be 2 3/4. That would be less optimal.
Mm-hmm.
So another fun bit about this...
Oh, go ahead.
Another fun bit about this cutscene. Remember how I mentioned back in the other Master Sword cutscene how we got it early because of the way the cutscene checks work in this game? Same exact deal with this cutscene. We now have the Mirror Shield and the fully powered Master Sword, which is really interesting. It's not super critical for any percent, because I'm pretty sure Ganon doesn't require a fully charged Master Sword to get damaged. I could be wrong about that. But it's just an interesting little thing that happens to Link that really is beneficial for longer categories that visit all dungeons.
I actually believe Ganondorf can be beaten even with the Hero Sword, so...
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't deal that much damage at all.
Can you actually can you reflect the light arrow with the Hero Shield? Is that necessary?
I think so.
Interesting.
I don't think you need the Mirror Shield. I'm not 100% sure on that, though.
I need to try that out, yeah. Alright, well, yeah, coming up we have the PG fight right here. It's gonna be tricky because these players will need to get their snipes right. Especially in the first phase.
Yeah, first phase Puppet Ganon is the hardest phase of Puppet Ganon by far.
Very nice first shot from Cithiel. That first shot is always the same. Missing the second, though. Oh,
Ooh.
cutting down the string. He can get this back up. Oh,
Ooh,
getting
he gets
hit though.
Sab
Sabxander
getting
can
the
save a
first
lot of
shot
time over
and
him
the
with
second
this.
shot.
Yeah,
Ooh, Sab
step all the way up.
finished with a
Sabxander
perfect
with the
phase one.
Juicy
Excellent,
phase
dude. Let's
one.
go.
Oh
That
my
will put him in
God.
the lead by a good bit. And Cithiel also got hit. That's going to lose him time second phase. Cithiel finally getting his last shot.
Yes, it will not need to get hearts from the keys, and that is gonna cost him like at least one more cycle.
Yep. From Sabxander with that perfect first phase. Very nice from Sabxander.
Yeah, playing amazing so far. Waiting right here does not go for the fast spider drop.
Going for Crypt Shot.
Oh, he got
Ooh,
a crit
nice.
shot.
Very nice from Sabxander. Cithiel will not even have enough magic for Crypt Shot. But I don't think it matters anyway, because I think he needs... Wait. I would definitely hit the... I would definitely hit the spider, Sam. Alright, Cithiel.
Sabxander with a really good second phase. Now he's going to be focusing on damaging down, making sure that he ends the fight with as low of health as possible for the hover.
Cithiel not getting enough magic. He's going to have to get an extra phase. He couldn't go for Crypt Shot. He will hopefully get Oh, getting hit again! But he does get magic. Okay.
Okay, just
And
one more shot.
Sabxander has bombs for third phase, which is a lot easier. Cithiel does not. He will have to spin attack. Sabxander can
Careful.
literally just run at him with a bomb. Sabxander fully damaged down. Very nice pop again from Sabxander. With the clear lead, Cithiel, he has to spin attack the head, and he also wants to be careful with his health or else he might die.
Right. Good shot right there. Waiting for him.
Can get hit once, but cannot get hit twice. Okay, getting hit.
Okay.
He needs to spin attack. Wait.
He's
Gonna go for drug?
Oh!
Okay. This is gonna be tight.
This is very difficult. He needs to spin attack the head without getting hit, or else he will die.
Oh, no,
no,
that's
Cithiel.
Still getting hit by the third phase.
Wait, is he gonna try to hover to the heart?
Wait, can he?
Oh, there's no
Oh,
way.
No.
that was a
Very
good attempt
unfortunate
though.
from Cithiel. It's just very difficult to hit Pup again without getting hit yourself because of the spin attack.
Right.
Sab going for the rope climb. It's really easy if you can mash A and B to let go and grab the rope continuously, but there is a bit of a limit to how high you can do it or how fast you can mash, as at some points you can just jump off the rope and have to pull Leaf as a backup.
Cithiel will be going back to fight Pup again, and once again, this is just for spite. Sabxander just has to perform a hover. Looks like he's not even going for grapple skip. I guess he just doesn't want to risk voiding out.
Right.
So if your position is just slightly wrong, you can void out. Much better first phase from Cithiel this time. Yeah, Sabxander, if he just
So
needs to get
looking
the
for
cover.
the grapple pick.
He
right
doesn't
there.
know
There we
where the
go.
gravel is. He just hasn't grappled in a while. And got a little disoriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sabxander will be performing a Morph Hover. He first needs to get a Morph on him by slashing it on the same frame as it the frame that it dies has to be the frame that it latches onto, which stores the property of the Master Sword stabbing it. So there we go. Now he's going to roll it off. The direction it goes is RNG. Okay, so then he has to leaf it. Ooh, missing though. So he has to leaf the Morph and get it all the way onto the top platform. Then he's going to shoot it and attempt to zombie hover towards it. These
Real
Morphs
bad
just
RNG.
not moving in good directions though.
Okay, let's see. Better, more.
There we go. So then after he puts it on the platform, he's going to attempt to zombie hover to it. The whole point of this is to skip the hookshot, because we don't have the hookshot, but there is another way. Meanwhile, Cithiel just completed phase 2.
And with the rematch right here with the third phase.
And looks like Sab got him on the platform. That was a really good position. Oh, it's in position now, so now he is getting ready to set up for the hover.
Just the hover left right now.
Just got the hover left in the Ganondorf fight. Will he take it? Will he take Grand Finals?
Nice,
Has lift
dude.
off.
can imagine Sabxander is shaking very heavily right now.
Absolutely.
Amazing
Don't want
hover
to
there.
throw him off. He
Let's
got it.
go.
Very
First
good.
try,
That hover
hover.
almost despawned. And Sabxander entering the loading zone. If he gets this fight, he will take the grand finals over Cithiel.
Oh, man.
After that unfortunate, heartbreaking death to Pupigan in Phase 3 from Cithiel.
To go for Trog, he is. Ah, just missed it.
Okay, he got this one. Going after him. There we go. Okay, Cithiel finishing third phase of Ganon right now. PG, actually. It's gonna be pretty tight. You will be mostly down to this Ganon fight right here on Sabxander.
Yep. Sabxander has to make it past all 3 phases without taking a hit. Unless he wants to go for Zelda Hearts, that is. We did see him go for Zelda Hearts last time. Wondering if we're going to see those Zelda Hearts again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here. And while we watch this cutscene right here, we're gonna be seeing Cithiel actually going for Flame Hover, which is a different setup that than what Sabxander tried, on which he actually is gonna be needing to use 2 of the morts, one to set it up on the platform, and another one to damage himself down with it.
Cithiel
And
just
after
keeps
that-
missing the rope.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, we got it. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, there we go.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, there we go. He got it now. But yeah, one interesting thing about the hover that Cithiel is about to do is that he actually needs to shoot an arrow mid-air, like a flame arrow mid-air, to kill one of the morts that's going to be on the platform. And that is actually frame perfect. So yeah, many argue that this is one of the less frame perfect tricks in the game, because it really doesn't feel that way. But it is really tight, and it's really impressive feat to get the trick at all, actually. We're going to be seeing that right now.
Cithiel going for the grapple skip. If you position yourself correctly, you can backflip through the floor. You do have to hold shield or else you void out. Very nice from Cithiel getting it first try. Sabxander actually opted out of that. I think he was just worried he was going to fail it, and then if he took damage, he would have died.
Oh, almost ran into the fairy there. That would have been bad.
That would have been pretty bad, yeah. And so Cithiel's going to have to go for fall damage here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to reset up the room, and he'll have the correct damage to go for the hover.
Right.
Meanwhile, as Ganondorf laughs on Sabxander's screen, he is just a minute or so away from starting the fight, and as I mentioned, this is the final fight of the game. If he completes this fight without dying, he will take the tournament match, and he will win the grand finals against Cithiel.
And we gotta see though,
Cithiel.
still left to the fight.
Ooh, looks like he did get... Looks like Cithiel was able to get one morph, but he did hit the other morph he needed with a leaf.
I do think there's a third morph that he's keeping in place, though.
Is there?
So there is a third. There's 3 morphs on the platform. He will push that one with a pot into position. Where did the morph go, though?
I thought he...
He's going for fall damage.
Oh, he's doing fall damage hover.
Okay.
Okay.
This requires really good mashing.
Yes, for sure. Oh, this is so intense, and on the other side we have Sav already fighting Ganon, dude. He's about to
But he
start.
fell.
Oh no!
He missed the jump slash timing.
Okay, we're gonna start with the fight right here. Is he gonna go for...
Right. Looks like
all the
he's
hearts?
equipped the grapple. He's taking this one safe once again.
Yep,
Oh,
absolutely.
having trouble targeting Zelda. Gotta be very careful. Ganondorf right on his tail. He's right
There
behind
we
you!
go. Why he took so long, dude? Don't do that to me, Sav.
Oh my goodness.
Go for a second shot. And now one more light arrow should make it to the second cycle, to the second phase rather.
Getting
Yep.
hit by Ganondorf. Got down to 2 hearts.
Very good. Very good.
Cithiel's
idea
going to be
getting some
retrying
hearts.
the hover. Ooh, falling off once again by accident. Luckily, he can just grapple up. As long as he doesn't move, the Morph at top won't move.
Okay, Sav going right here for the second phase. It's one more parry.
Okay, now
Definitely
Sabxander
worth one.
1 phase away from
Oh,
taking
God.
the grand finals of the DoomZoom tournament.
You need the light arrow from Zelda. Gets a
Gets
quick
it.
shot.
And
Oh, here it is!
congratulations to
Oh,
Sabxander!
Congratulations to Sabxander playing absolutely amazing right here with a 117.22, just 11 seconds behind the last PB he just got right here behind on the last race, dude. That is actually amazing, the consistency of this man.
And Sabxander is the winner of the DoomZoom tournament. Congratulations to Sabxander.
Congratulations. How about the Mortender falling off for Cithiel now?
With the double upset, Sabxander seated kind of low on the tournament, but honestly, I don't know if he was seated correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Setting the first and second seed back to back. Oh my goodness, what insane gameplay from Sabxander, and
The
truly
underdog
inspiring.
victory.
Yeah, that is amazing, dude. Props to Sab, he played absolutely amazing. Like, getting two 117s back to back is definitely just incredible without pause storage.
Absolutely.
It's truly incredible.
What was his time on the last race?
It was 117.11, and this was a 117.22, I think.
Me.
Hey, Sab, dude, we got the champion right here.
Sabxander, congratulations on winning the DoomZoom tournament. How does it feel?
Unexpected, first of all. I wasn't gonna expect to win. I was gonna go right to homework after being defeated by Nacho, but I guess it extended it by 2 hours, and yeah, it's really insane the fact that I got two 117s without pause surge in a row. I wasn't gonna expect that. I was thinking about like a 121 probably. So yeah.
Cithiel
now,
starting the
congrats.
fall damage hover.
Oh, we got
needs
him going up.
Insanely good mashing in order for this to work out.
Go Cithiel, come on.
Yeah, this was the first way anyone found to skip bombs in Windmaker HD, and was recently replaced a little bit with Flame Hover. Very nice mashing. You have to get a quick of a mashing to make it up to the top here
Nice.
without sliding off. Very nice.
Now it
And then he
does
has
require
to-
a frame perfect bow shot.
Yep. And then you but
Oh.
you fell off.
No.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Dropped off a little bit too low right there.
Yeah, in that respect, very difficult hover.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he
definitely.
risked 2 minutes to get it, so
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I mean, it seemed like the even with the difference in route, it seemed like you still could have still even won because just playing insanely well. Even though bomb skip does save time, it is only around a minute and a half, and that's it. And you played so well that I don't even know if that minute and a half would have even been enough.
Right.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I kind of lost some time in the end game. He was catching up. I was watching the stream, and yeah,
Mhm.
he's definitely close to me the whole time. I think we got berry skip almost at the same time, maybe having
Yeah.
more sloppy movement. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Really good, really
props
good.
to
And
him.
definitely. No, it was really close race all the way in. And how do you feel, Sab, about playing throughout this whole tournament and ended up actually coming on the top?
I'm really surprised about getting two 117s in a row. Definitely unexpected. Doing 100 runs. Oh, seems like he died.
Yeah.
Doing 100 runs and getting only 119 paces, and then in a race getting 112 paces with pause storage is just unexpected.
Mhm.
I definitely wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to get around the 120 mark as I gave in the seed from the beginning of the tournament. So yeah.
If you guys also
Nice.
aren't aware, Sabxander recently learned the manual super swim, and he is in 1 day of runs. He got sub 1, not just sub 1, but a 58, making him the first
Right.
runner ever in the history of Windmaker HD to get sub 1 in only a single day of runs.
Right.
If that's not a feat in itself, I don't know what it is.
Right,
Yeah, like
exactly.
that's insane.
Honestly,
So-
if it were for me to like judge, I would have said I cheated, but Really unexpected. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, 3 a.m. power. What can I say?
How long have you been running?
I think like June or July of this year. So
Alright.
So
around like 6-7 months, I guess.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I definitely been practicing only any person arms since it's the most beginner friendly category. So yeah. But yeah, just learned recently some AD. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, it is hype. I mean, it's hype seeing new runners come at the top right here like this. So
Yeah, it's
really
always
big
amazing to
props to you.
see. You've got runners who are just regular runners, and then you've got runners who decide they want to go a step further, and it's just incredible to see it.
Yeah, I'll be also learning 100%. I think next week. So yeah, I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
an 80% player anymore.
Oh wow!
What does
I
that?
will definitely go for more
Hundo.
categories since I like this game a lot.
I wish you a
Hundo's
lot of
big
luck with
category.
Hundo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Hundo is definitely a whole different beast than any percent.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
Hando definitely is a really low reset category. Any person making itself the most resetted category ever, since it's
Mhm.
almost sub. I think it's sub 1 hour per run, so it doesn't lose that much time. Whereas Hando being, let's say, with the MSS, 4 hours and 50 something minutes or 49 minutes.
He sees it going for it again.
Yeah, he's committed.
Yeah, if he gets it, I really do want him to get it this time.
Yeah, I want to see
Yeah, let's
this.
go. Right, going up.
Very nice mashing.
Yeah. And the
Mashing
Morse
is
is not
just
that
so
far.
tight. Yeah.
Okay, come on,
Just
gotta
to
keep
line
it up right
himself
here.
up. Oh,
We missed the
What
bow shot.
I think he probably might have wanted to move a little bit more to the right before going for the
Yeah.
bow shot anyway.
Oh, the stream closed.
The stream is close.
Oh, you close the stream? Oh,
I think so. It disappeared on my end.
Oh, is he gonna come in here?
did his internet go out or?
Yeah, he left the race. It looks like
That sucks.
I think.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say about Cithiel. He played extremely well in FF2.
Yeah.
At least he has the cleanest movement I've ever seen. Because of the gyro, he's just flicking and going way faster than I am. So yeah, big props to him.
Yeah, honestly, I'd
Definitely
say
so.
well played. Honestly, that's just how it goes with races. Sometimes you
Mhm.
got good runs, and sometimes you get bad runs, and it's just what happens. And very unfortunate death from on Puppaganon from Cithiel, and also you didn't really make it any easy for him because of how you were playing. So he had no room for
Yeah.
error.
Nah, my
Yeah.
respect still for Cithiel for going for the hardest route and the faster one. Like nobody did, I think up to this point, everyone went for bumps except him. So that's pretty good for him. So I give him my respect for it.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the only runner this tournament that used bomb skip.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, I
Very,
almost
very
feel
brave.
bad. I almost feel bad for getting Zelda hurts and everything. He's risking 2 minutes, and I'm going safe.
I don't know, but I mean,
I
you
mean,
gotta do what you
it's-
gotta do.
Strategy.
Yeah.
If you're that far in the lead, but you know that a death would put you behind, it's a good
Mhm.
strategy to ensure your victory rather
Yeah.
than take that chance. And it paid off because you did get hit by Ganondorf.
Yeah, that's that was pretty worth it. I haven't done
right.
fast shots with Zelda, but that's because you don't usually go. I swear. This is just for races because they can go
Right.
wrong really easily.
Dude, it took a bit to, it was pretty scary when getting Zelda hearts. Like, you were in front of her and you took like 5 seconds to actually grab her.
Yeah.
I was, Dude, what are you doing? Could grab the hearts.
Yeah, my heart stopped for a second there.
There's a really fast setup for Zelda Hearts that you can do that Alberto showed me a while ago. But
Yeah.
if you don't get that, you're just going for Zelda Hearts normally. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Mhm,
Yeah,
definitely.
there's a strategy where you immediately talk to her. You have to have had grapple already equipped, and then you literally just
Yeah.
hold target and press the grapple, and it just always grapples her without having to target her or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I should definitely
Pretty-
learn that in case
Yeah.
of anything.
It's just interesting to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, and the thing is, it is a really scary fight, coming in with just 1 health. So I mean, I do respect, going for the Zelda hearts. And at the end, you maintain the composure and just went through the fight. It wasn't like the fast strat or the quick cycles. You just maintain the composure and just finish the fight normally. So that was pretty good from your part, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, big congrats to Sab, dude, the DoomZoom Wind Waker HD champion and our very first no MSS tournament.
First ever Wind Waker HD tournament. First ever hosted by ZSR. It's crazy to think that we a few weeks ago we didn't know if this was going to happen, and here we are today, having completed it. It's awesome. Thank you so much to all the runners, by the way. Everybody who competed in the tournament, and everybody who signed up, and the commentators, and Trezco for putting up with our last-minute scheduling. Thank you so much, Trezco. I'm so sorry. We will learn from our mistakes this time, and be a lot better about this.
We gotta thank Al a lot, because he's the host of the tournament that came with the idea. So thank you for organizing the tournament.
Oh, yeah,
Indeed, and don't worry about us. We all managed to get it going. It was a pleasure to have you on, and don't worry too much about it. You're gonna get better, I'm sure, and it was already really fun, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do this again. So
definitely. I want this to become a mainstay. I want this to become something that we do on a regular basis, and I feel like this was in a lot of ways a trial run. And I'm so glad the trial run actually went really, really well. I think we're ready to move on and do even bigger tournaments than this. I think we should move on and go ahead and just start another tournament. And I think it's gonna be great to see runners that I don't know. I feel like running for a leaderboard is a much different mentality than running to win a tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Well, on a leaderboard,
there's the pressure.
Well, yeah, on a leaderboard, you take your best run, you can reset, but you can't reset in a match, in a tournament, and so it's interesting. Yeah, it's instead of taking people's best matches against each other, you only get one try. Maybe you get a losers bracket, but like that's at best you can run through the losers bracket. So yeah, I was thinking of doing more tournaments, and hopefully this will help the community come alive again.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to new tournaments that are coming up. I heard you were thinking about glitchless, right?
Yeah, glitchless is in the top of my mind for another tournament. I think glitchless would be glitchless with a losers bracket. I think would be good. We didn't have a losers bracket for this one, but I think it was also because we were trying to do it in one weekend. Ended up being in two, but honestly, I feel like it wasn't realistic to complete it in one weekend anyway. So
yeah, one weekend with back to back.
But yeah, I was hoping to spread out the next one and be more lenient with scheduling. And yeah, maybe we can do some kind of glitchless tournament. Tell all your friends who like Wind Waker HD. If they want a chance at grand finals. Maybe we can do a glitchless tournament.
And that's true, because glitchless is not the easiest category, but it's definitely the easiest to learn, because there is just the glitchless movie. There's not many tricks. There's some hard tricks like Helmarock skip, but that's kind of it, and also RNG. So
yeah, quite a bit of RNG. Actually, I can't even imagine how many matches are going to be decided based on auction RNG alone.
Yeah.
And Cyclos, which can save you 2 minutes over your opponent.
Yeah.
So those two things together could decide a lot of matches.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'll be looking for. These races and these full tournaments for the community, and as well, I appreciate you, providing the chance for us to run and as well to commentate and be part of this event. It was definitely really fun.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to join it as well.
Yeah. Thank you all as well. Thank you everyone for showing interest in this and showing up, and thank you for Trezco for hosting this tournament on ZSR, and look forward to more.
Yeah, thank you for hosting the tournament. Thank you for letting me commentate, because I also commentated in the tournament. So yeah.
And congrats to all the runners. All the runners played incredibly well. All the runners did incredible. And congrats again to Sabxander for pulling off a huge upset at the end of the tournament to take the first place grand champion.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Big congrats to Zap. I think that's gonna be it for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave in. And thank you guys as well, for watching and for hanging out on the stream as well. And thank you for everyone that helped, bringing this together.
Yeah. Thank you for playing Nacho.
Yeah, definitely.
It's amazing.
Likewise.
Alrighty then, congratulations again Sabxander for taking the victory. Thank you so much to everybody involved. Alberto, first and foremost, for the organization and the commentary. Then Video Freak, who was a champ on commentary, like all tournament long. To Nacho to Sabxander for doing commentary as well as playing. And then there's plenty more that actually did commentate. I know that Josh did do commentary at some point, and Greylick, I believe, did commentary. Not sure if I'm missing anybody. Yeah.
It was also Keaton, yeah.
Yeah, Keaton as well, yeah. Thank you all so much for being on. It was a blast. We're gonna be back with the Wind Waker HD at some point. Stay tuned for more. There's gonna be more stuff on ZSR today, including the Zelda 2 All Keys Tournament Grand Finals in just 20 minutes. So
Nice.
Stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and take it easy. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.